Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com.
Let's move to exception handling. Okay, so when you're writing the code, you might get the exceptions also, right? You might get the unavoidable problems that you can't handle, right? So you always have to, whenever you write an application, the exception handling part is the most critical part that you have to take care, because when something going wrong, there should be something, some logical handling for that, like what should we do if we get a particular kind of exception. Okay, so in Java we have two types of exception. One is checked, one is unchecked. Okay, so what is checked exception is basically, so the exception which we already know that, right? We already know that this kind of exception might occur. Okay, so that is like a checked exception. It's a compile time error. So when you're writing the code, Java itself told you that this can be a exception in your runtime environment, so you have to take care of this exception. Okay, and what is unchecked exception is the exception which we will not understand at times at the time of writing the code. We will understand only when we actually run the application. Okay, so that is the one unchecked exception. Okay, one is what is error. Okay, error is basically something which you can't handle it. Basically, it's not possible, like you can handle it. So error is something like your application crashed. Okay, your memory is out of memory error. Those kind of error, you can't do anything about that. So that is those kind of scenarios, that is error. Okay, so this rest three things, try, catch, finally, and throw and throws, these are like the way how you can handle the exception. Okay, so let's go back to our toolkit, and we'll try to understand what is exception. I'll create a new class for that. Exception. Sorry, I have selected the C++ Java. Exception handling. Okay, let me explain how we can handle the exception. Public static void main. Okay, so what is exception is, so let's talk about one by one. So first we'll talk about the checked exception. So checked exception is basically when you when you're writing the,
before we move ahead, so this you define a class, right? Public class and the class name, and then you mention a function, public static void main. So every class needs to have this void main function.
no. So this is the basically the entry point of your application. So when when I was explaining the other things,
Yeah, because
you can see I've written only
in the
public class.
main class, right? So the main, oh, okay. So you use the main class for a different application, or you're giving a different application example. So every application needs to have a main class where that main void function is, right?
Yes, one main class is mandatory because there should be one entry point of your application. This is basically an entry point of your application.
Understood, understood. Let's proceed with exception and let's understood.
Okay. So let's discuss about the main. So main is basically from where you can run the application. Okay. So I have created this separate class, so because I want to just explain the exception part. Okay. Okay. So let me explain the checked exception. What is checked exception? Theoretically, we have discussed. Let's discuss in code. So file new file reader. So basically, just assume that I am trying to read a file. Okay, just test.txt. Okay, you have to make it file reader. Okay, now see what I'm trying to do is here. So I've written file reader file is equal to new file reader. I'm trying to read a file. There's nothing wrong with this, right? But still I'm getting error. Okay, it is not an error basically. It is a checked exception. So this checked exception basically is at the time of writing the code itself, Java is telling that this line of code that you're trying to write, this might create a problem for you. Okay, so you have to handle it. So what can be the problem? When I'm trying to read a file, what can be the problem? The problem is the file which I'm trying to read is not. Okay, so there are two ways to handle it. Let's forget about handling right now. I will discuss that in the next few minutes. So right now, just think about that. This is the kind of checked exception where at the time of compiling the code itself, I already know that I have to handle this file not found exception. Okay, so this is checked exception. What is unchecked exception? So for example, int x is equal to 1 divided by 0. Okay, I'm writing this code. Okay, this is nothing wrong with this, right? I'm in the at the compile time. I don't know. I'm just doing the one is I'm trying to do. I'm dividing 1 by 0. Okay, at compile time there is no issue. But if I run it,
hey viewers, our Master in DevOps engineering program can help you to hone the skills necessary to succeed in high-level DevOps positions. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll now and earn certification that show you are keeping pace with today's technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
sorry, when I run it, see I'm getting exception. What is the exception? So okay, just as of now, this file not found is also we are getting because that file doesn't exist. Yeah, what I'm getting arithmetic exception divided by 0. Okay, but this exception was not happening when I was writing the code. But when I was trying to write this code, I was getting compile time error. When I save the file, at that time itself, it is telling that you have to handle this file not found exception. So this is the example of checked exception. This is the example of unchecked exception. Okay, so now come back to the handling part. Okay, so handling is, let's discuss one by one. Surrounds by try catch. So the part of code which you think that I can get an exception, you have to include that with the try catch block statement. Okay, within the try catch, you have to write that piece of code which can give you an exception, and you have to write a catch statement. Catch statement will tell you how you want to handle this exception. So while reading the file, I might get a file not found exception. What you want to do when I get the file not found exception, I want to, for example, as of now, I just want to write it that I got the exception while reading the file, and the exception is file not present. Okay. Now, so when I have run that code, now when I run this code now, my program will not break. It is already handled. If I don't get the file, it is already being handled, and I can proceed with my rest of the execution. Okay, so this will not break my application. So if I'm getting an exception, it is being handled. It is handled here, right? And rest of the part is executing, correct? So this is how we can handle the exception. Now, if I talk about this exception, so right now this one is unchecked exception. I am sorry, yeah, unchecked exception, right? The compilation part, I'm not getting any problem. If I run it, it's fine. If I run it, I am getting the exception. At the compile time, it's not. I'm not getting any exception, right? So I have to handle this also, because if I don't handle it, if I write after this, if I write something after division, okay, when I run this code, see this part is not getting executed, right? Because I've got the exception. My application got break, correct?
Okay. Makes sense. Okay.
So I have to handle this part. So how can I handle it? Same way I can handle it. I can surround this with try catch, and I know that I can get a arithmetic exception. So I can write arithmetic exception E. Okay. So what I'm doing is I am handling that exception. So I got arithmetic exception. Please continue. I don't want to break my application. Okay. When I run it, yeah, I got the exception while reading the file, and the exception is file not present. After that, this is executed. Then I again got the exception of division. I got the arithmetic exception. Please continue. I don't want to break my application. If even I am getting the arithmetic, please continue.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how we can handle the exception. Now, if we get the exception, okay, you want that something should always happen, right? So even if I'm getting the exception, if I remove this, okay, and I remove this, I always want to execute something. Okay, this is out. This should always execute. Okay, so when I run this now, this is always so this finally block is whenever I get the exception, I don't care. I always want to execute this part of the code. If I remove this, for example, this will not allow me to write. See, can you see that? This is not allowed. You can only write finally when you have a try catch. I can write this here.
So
Okay.
finally has to
When I run
be
this,
inside the try catch construct. Is it?
no. So finally is basically what is the use of finally is written after the try catch, okay, and this part of the code is always execute whenever I get the exception, no matter what I am doing here. If I have not handled it also, so right now I've got the file not found exception, okay, and I'm not doing anything, right? Still that will execute.
Okay.
So this is kind of backstage work, I can say. So if you want to do something, if I get the exception or exception might occur, you want to do some cleanup or something, this part of the code will always execute.
Oh, okay. So it is something it can be used in a way that if some exception has occurred, and you want to log that into some sort of a log
Yes.
file, and you could do that in a file.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. This will always execute. So this is kind of cleanup also. So you can do the memory cleanup. So generally, finally, it's used generally in the cleanup kind of stuff.
Understood. Okay.
Okay, so there is two more keywords, which is throw and throws. Okay, so when I was explaining this, so this try catch, I'll remove this for example.
Hey viewers, trying to get into DevSecOps? Enroll for our DevSecOps certified professional programs and earn the certification that shows you are fit for these technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
I'll remove everything. So when I was trying to read a file, I was compiled time error I was getting, right? So there was two options to handle this exception. We have used try catch, correct? What I can do is one more thing. There is one more option. I can do add throws declaration. So when I write add throws, so what it is telling that whatever exception I've got here, just pass it to whoever is calling me. So in this is the main class. So let's write a different class because it will be more explanatory. For example, I'm using person class. Okay, inside person class I'll do exception handling. Let's try to read a file in person class. Read age, for example. I'm trying to read a file here. Okay. Now, when I'm trying to read a file here, what I want is, I don't want to handle the exception in this method. What I want is whoever is calling me, let him handle the exception. Okay. So I can add throws. So what I will do is, earlier what we were doing is, whenever we are getting the exception, we were handling there itself, correct?
Yes.
When we were getting the exception here, what we were trying to do is, we were handling here itself, correct? We have got the exception, handle it here itself.
Right.
Now, if I don't want to handle it, for example, okay, so if I don't want to handle it, so in the person class, I have got the exception. What I'm telling is I don't want to handle it. Just whoever is calling me, let him handle it. So in this case, I'm throwing this file not found exception. So when whoever is calling this method, if I try to call that method, for example, if I create the object of person, p is equal to new person, whatever, cannot instantiate the type person. Okay, we have created is abstract class, we remove it,
Oh, yes.
keep it as a person only. Okay, now, so this is the p person. If I try to read age, right? See, now I'm getting the error here. Can you see that?
Yes.
So what I am doing is I am trying to read a file here. If I get the exception, I don't want to handle it. Just pass it whoever is calling me. So if I'm trying to call from main this method, I'm trying to call this. So if the read age is throwing exception, I need to handle it. Read age method is not going to handle it. So I can,
Okay.
what I can do is I can just handle exception here. Again, it can any number of hierarchy. For example, person is being called by main this method. This method is called by someone else. So I can pass from here also. I don't want to handle it. Even I don't want to handle it. So I can throw it from here.
Understood.
Okay. So that is something called throws. Now, there are two keywords. One is throws. One is
Can you
throw.
just repeat it again? I didn't understand. Throw.
Okay. You didn't understand throws part? THROWS.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is basically is, let me explain again. Let me close it. So in the person method, I have created this method, right? Read age. What I am trying to do is remove this part also. I'm trying to read a file, correct? And in case of unchecked exception, in case of checked exception, what I'm getting is this part of the code it's giving me a compile time error. It is telling me that you have to handle a exception. But what person class is telling me, I don't want to handle it. Whoever is using me, who is calling me, he should handle it. I am not responsible to handle the exception. So in that case, what he will do is, I'm just telling that I'm throwing whatever exception I'll get, I'll throw it. I'll not handle it. Okay, this is just a kind of passing responsibility to someone else. I am not responsible to handle this exception. Whoever the person will call, whoever is trying to call me this read edge method, he is supposed to handle this exception. Or if he is generous enough to handle it, he can just handle it here itself using try catch. But he's saying that no, I don't want to handle it. Whoever is calling me, he should handle that exception. So what I'll do is I'll throw to someone else. So who should handle it? So whoever is calling that method. So person, I'm creating a project of class object of person. So this p person, p dot read age. Okay. So the person class I've already thrown the exception. So who is supposed to handle it? Someone has to handle it. So in the exception class, I am calling this method t.readAge. So I am getting the compile time error again because someone has thrown the exception. So someone has to handle it. It can't be throws from infinite kind of time. Okay, so I have to handle it using try catch. Even if I also don't want to handle it, I can throw it. It can be thrown at any level. So this is like I have just explained the one level of throwing. Person has thrown the exception to exception
Since it's
handling.
thrown here, it should be handled by some. I mean, should be handled by some other function somewhere else, right?
Yes.
Okay.
In this particular case, person is throwing the exception to personal handling, and exception handling is also throwing it. So JVM will handle it.
But
So
but wherever the function is, oh, then it will run.
yeah,
Okay.
please tell me. When I run this, I'll get the exception in the console. Why I'm getting the exception in the console? Because person has thrown the exception to whom? Person has thrown the exception to exception handling. What exception handling has done? He has also not handled it, right? He has also thrown it.
Exactly. So yeah. So this has to be handled. It's
So
still not being handled, right? It's just cascaded the
yeah, it is.
responsibility. Yeah.
Correct. Nobody have handled it. So in this case, our application will break.
Okay.
So
Thanks.
ideally, someone should handle the exception. Okay, but the exception can be thrown to any level. It can be thrown to 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, any level of classes. I have just explained the one level. Person has thrown the exception to person handling. If I want, I can just if everyone is confused, let me write one more class.
Hey viewers, are you looking for formal training on SRE practices? Take our SRE program. This course will teach you how to successfully implement site reliability engineering in the modern day 24/7 services. Kickstart your SRE training today. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Exception intermediate. Okay, what I'll do is person p is equal to new person intermediate. Okay, so what I've done is person is in person method, I've got the exception, I have thrown it. Now in the exception intermediate, this p is being called from intermediate class. So what is he has also thrown it. Okay, now this exception intermediate was called by actual exception handling. EH is equal to new exception. Okay, and I call the method whatever EH dot. We have created one method called, what is the method? Test dot Why we are not getting the method test here? Exception intermediate class public void. It's a public method only. We should get it. The method tag is undefined of type. Oh, sorry. This is a static method, so you can't call a method from here. So you have to public class. I should be able to do it. What's the problem here? Oh, sorry, I created the class object of different wrong class. It should be exception intermediate. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, now let's try to understand. So in person method, we have read age, we are trying to read a file. What he has done, he has thrown the exception. He doesn't want to handle it. Exception intermediate was calling actually. Person object, they are he is actually reading this read age. Here also he is not handling it. He is also throwing it. Okay, now the exception handling. So there are three levels. So right now this is the main class. So this from the main class I have called this eh.test. From eh.test, let me handle it here at least. From eh.test I am calling read age. So there are three levels of throwing the exception. Finally it was handled by the top class. So this is the top class. Let me explain. So this is very important part. So exception person throws it to intermediate, and then intermediate throws it to exception handling. Okay. So finally, so person has created an exception. It was thrown to intermediate. Intermediate thrown to exception handling. So finally, it was handled in this class. So similarly, I can have n number of steps here. Intermediate 1 to 10. I don't care. Hope I have able to explain. Any questions on this?
No.
Okay. Now the only part left in exception handling is throw. I have explained THROWS. The one difference is only difference is S. Now, for example, I've got the exception of I have file not found exception, throw it. Then I've got in this case also I've got the file not found exception, throw it. Then in exception handling I've got the file not found exception, so I've handled it here. Right now, but I don't want to handle it. So I have got the file not found exception, but the person who called me, I don't want him to let him know that I got file not found exception. I want to let him like something else. I want him like new throw arithmetic exception, for example. Something is wrong with the syntax. Let's check it. Throw syntax, there's some mistake, I think.
Is it caps or I don't know?
What happened to this? Throw in Java. There should be some silly mistake. I don't want to spend time on that because I have to cover one application part which is very important. Throw new arithmetic exception. What is wrong? Throw new. Okay. Is it like the string is missing?
No, new throw. You've
Oh,
written
sorry.
it the other way around. Juxtapose. Yeah.
I write throw.
THROW. Okay. So you can throw the new exception. So as per business logic, you have the whoever is consuming this method. I don't want him to like I want to throw him a different exception. So this is the exception I have, like I'm just using the exception which is given by Java, but you can create your own exception also. The business, as per the business, can throw, for example, the engine failure, or the, for example, the function has stopped, or anything. You can create your own exception and you can throw it. Okay, so these are the exception which is given by Java itself, but you can create your own exception class also. For example, I'll just quickly create one class.
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.